Hey guys, this is Taib Salman back with the next video. So in this video, we'll be talking about scope of the variables. So if you're someone who is already aware of what's the scope of a variable, you can completely skip this video. So this video is meant for someone who is, or do not know about scope of the variable, and also they do not understand what's a variable shadowing. Okay. So without wasting much time, let's get to the screen. So here guys, I've already created one file with the name scope of the variables, and I've added two functions along with the main function for us to get started quickly. Scope literally means the area of our program where a particular variable can be accessed or where it is declared, right? So if we consider a main function, so if you declare any variable inside this main function, the scope of that variable, I mean the area in which this variable can be accessed, is called the scope for that variable, and that variable becomes something like a local variable, which we call it local variable to this function. So the variable declared in one function cannot be accessed in another function. Okay, so we'll see that example. So such type of variables will have a scope limited to that functions. If that function exits after execution, the variable will also get destroyed. It will not be accessible anywhere in the program. Now you can read more about this online. So simply I'll be giving few details like how the scope will be affected, and what's a global variable, what's a local variable. Okay. So if you do not know how to handle the functions and variables, I've already made a separate video on them. You can check the link which I'll be adding in the I link, which will be shown on the, I think, top right side of this video. So let me create a variable called color. Okay, so I'll be assigning a red into it. Okay, so since you guys need to know like what happens when you do not specify the type after watching those videos. Now let me try to print them. So I'm gonna import a package. I'm gonna just import log, not the fmt. Now I'll be doing log dot println color is, and I'm gonna pass the color. Now as you all know, like when we do this and print, the color printed will be red. Okay, now let's quickly check that. So you can see that after running the code, it is showing the color is red. Okay, now what happens if you try to access this color inside, say, function say something. Okay, so now let me call this function say something. Okay, I'm calling this function. Now once this function gets called, I'll be trying to access the color variable. Color is, I'm gonna give color. So what variable name I've given here, same name I'm using in this another function. Now let's try to execute it. Now you see that undefined color. So where it is coming in variables.go file, line number 26 it is saying. Sorry, not 26, line number 12, and on the 26th character. Now if you see line number 12, this is the line number 12. Okay. Now this color is undefined, it is saying, right? As you can see here, this is the scope of the variable. So of the name color, right? So color is a variable. So the scope for that is present only in this main function. So outside of this function, we cannot access. For sure, we can pass this color, okay, as a argument to this function. So color I am passing. So let me write it as received color. So some people write COLOUR, okay, who follow the, I think, British English. Some people write color COLOR. Now it says undefined still because we have not said of which type it will be. So it is of type string. Again I'm running. You can see that color is red, both the places it is getting printed. Now what happens if I change the value of red, okay, inside this main function? So I change it to blue. So what will come in both the places? It will come blue, right? Let's see, blue is coming. So this type of variables are called local variables, which you call it, or the block variables. So once this local variable, once this function gets executed, the color variable will also be destroyed, and local variables cannot be accessed inside any other variables. Sure, they can be passed like an argument like this, and they can be received. and also we can pass them with pass by reference. I'll make a separate video on the pass by reference, so that let's not include in this video. Now we'll talk about something like global variables. Now what is a global variable? So global variable is something which is declared outside of these functions. Okay, so whatever functions are there, even outside of this main function, if you declare, so then it becomes a global variable which can be accessed in the main function, which can be accessed in say something and or say something else also. We will see that in a short span of time. Let me declare a variable here outside. So let me name it as a color variable only. So let me change this color to color 1. Okay, so color 1 I am assigning and color 1 is passed. Now let me create a variable named color, okay, which is equals to, again, let me use green this time. Now what happens if you try to print that color here? Okay, let me copy paste first. Color is color, and same color I'm passing to here. I'm not passing, I'll be trying to access it. So I'm going to change this to color received, and this color is, before this I'm going to write in say something, color is, I'm going to give color. Now let's run this program. Non-declarative statement outside of function. Let me use a var keyword and then equals to. I'm running again. Now there you go guys, it is saying color 1 is blue because color 1 is initialized to blue. Then color is set as green, right? Because color, even though color is not declared, right, inside the main function, right, it's still declared on the global level. That's why it is able to access. Then we are calling say something. So say something says color received is blue, which is same as the color 1. Then in say something color is green. You see that green is also here, green is also here. Now what happens when you change a global variable in one of the functions, right? Before calling say something, let me change the color value to let's say pink for example, and I'm running it. Now if you see here, color is green inside main function, okay, because the value it was containing is green when it got initialized. Later the pink got updated to the color variable. When the say something got executed, color is having a pink value. Okay, now this is like if you change if you change the global variable in one of the functions, so wherever it is used, after that point the change value will be shown. Now let's see the concept of variable shadowing. So that is, let me call say something else function here and pass a string. So let me pass a string as say gray this time. Now while I'm passing argument to say something else, now here what I'll do is I will name the variable or the parameters which will be received here to the same name as of global variable. Okay, now let me put color, the same name, and it will be a string type. Now what do you think should be printed when I try to print this color? So let's check that out. So log.println color in something else is, sorry I'm having a little bit cold today, so let me try to print that color. Now you will see that color in something else is gray. So in say something else, what happened that the color value became gray instead of taking the global variable. Now this is called the variable shadowing concept. You can say that the global variable color, which was having green color, okay, which later got updated to pink, okay, it is under the shadows, okay, of an already existing variable with the same name in the function in which it is getting called. So to put it in simple terms, so when this line gets executed, Go takes this variable name. It says whether this variable is available in this function. Okay, if it is available, it takes the value of that variable, renders it. Now if it did not find this variable, then it goes to the global level and checks whether that variable is a global or not. Okay, Now for that purpose, let me change this back to color 1. Okay, and try to re-execute it. Now this time we should be color in sometimes pink, right? You can see color is pink this time. So guys, this is how we avoid the variable shadowing in the program. So we tend not to use the same names as of global variables for the local variables. As you can see, color I was having earlier, so I have changed it to color 1. So that's it for this video, guys. Let's quickly summarize what we learned. So we saw the global variable, right? How to declare it properly. And we also saw the scope of the variables, local variable and global variables. We have also seen the concept of variable shadowing, and also we have passed the parameters and shown how it can be passed to functions. Okay, how one function's variable can be used in another function also. Guys, consider subscribing to this channel and clicking that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications every time I upload the video. Bye bye.